Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Just leaving Darkside Developments now, where I just got my 2010 E91 318D tuned. Now, this is going to be the first drive, like quite literally the first drive. I haven't driven it yet. The tuner, he has driven the car. I haven't driven it yet. Now, as stock, these cars are around 140 horsepower. I thought it had actually been tuned before, because it didn't feel slow before, but it was in fact stock running 140 horsepower. Now it's been tuned to around 185 horsepower. Now I know we're not going to be setting any records at that sort of power. I don't expect to be, you know, ripped out of my seat. At the end of the day, it's only a 2-litre diesel, it's a daily driver, and it does exactly what I need it to do. But it is going to be interesting to see how what's that? That's got to be a like 30, that's like a 30 to 40% increase in power, which that should make a big difference. So I'm going to let the engine get up to temperature, we'll find some nice roads, and then we'll give it some beans. Oh, I just want to say as well, the engine seems to be pretty healthy. You know, it's covered 190,000 miles at this point. I am probably the 6th or 7th owner. Obviously I've done quite a bit of work to it, but it seems relatively healthy. You know, the fact that it produced good power figures. There was, I think, a slight problem with one of the injectors, so that may be something that I look to do in the future. There was throwing a fault code for one of the injectors, I think cylinder 1, I think it was. But other than that, yeah, engine seems pretty healthy, so I am, you know, comfortable pushing it. Okay, so just driving the car around normally then, you know, just at around 1500 RPM, it seems like it copes at lower revs better. Before, I couldn't really drive around at 1500 RPM. It seems like it would struggle a little bit, whereas now it's sitting there absolutely fine. And even below, I mean, right now I'm at 1300 RPM and it's driving fine. I'm in 5th gear, going at 45 miles per hour, and it doesn't seem like it's struggling at all. So we've definitely gained, I'd say, a good amount of torque at the bottom end. I will put a graph on the screen so you can see exactly how much power we've gained, you know, across the power band. But yeah, for regular normal driving, you know, in a diesel, typically you're not going to be going over 2000 RPM for just normal driving. It seems like it's made a difference already. But I think when we notice the biggest difference will be when we put our foot down. You know, when we sort of reach 2000 RPM and beyond. Okay, so we should have a bit of temperature in the engine now. And I'm just going to stab it in 2nd gear, see what happens. Okay, went to 60 very quickly then. Wow. That is a big increase. A big increase. Like I said, this car didn't feel slow at all before. Now it feels like decent. Like, that seems very decent when you put your foot down. I'm not going to say it feels fast, because yeah, I'm going to get laughed at in the comments thinking a 185 horsepower 2-litre diesel is fast, but it feels very decent. This is going to be so much easier to overtake in now. I just hope I don't get too addicted to that feeling, because I have a feeling that if I do, I'm going to go through fuel quite a bit quicker. Bear in mind, this is only a daily driver. This is just for heading up and down the motorway in. It's not for having too much fun in, should we say. But yeah, like I said, it seems to perform much smoother at lower RPMs now. Now I can just go into a roundabout, you know, in third gear comfortably, whereas before it felt like I had to go down into second gear. Now you may be thinking that's a bit overkill, but I think the gears are quite long in this particular model. I mean, at like 70 miles an hour, you're only sort of doing about 1500 RPM, something like that. So yeah, I think the gears are quite long, and you have to be in a, you can't change up gears, you know, at a low speed essentially. So if you want to just go 30, you can't really change up into fourth. Although I have a feeling now I probably could change into fourth going 30 if I wanted to. I have a feeling we'll probably have the torque there to do that. Yeah, so I've just gone into around about third gear, 1500 RPM, and we've hit traffic. Just a little half pull there in first gear. The power really kicks in when you get to sort of 2200 RPM, something like that. Once you get over 2k, it comes in very strong. That's when it really does kind of throw you back into your seat. Okay, so just joining the M1 now. We'll just do a little pull. It honestly pulls all the way to around 4,500 RPM, whereas before I feel like it would start to tail off at around 4,000, like up to 70 miles an hour then, no problem whatsoever. Oh, one thing that would be interesting to test is, will this tune affect the MPG? Now, of course, if you use the extra power, to produce extra power, you need extra fuel. So if you use the extra power, you are going to use more fuel. Your MPG is going to be lower. But if I drive the car exactly how I did before, is the MPG going to be increased, decreased, or is it going to remain the same? Now this is something that people want to know, isn't it? I'm sure many of you out there want to know. If you tune your car, does your MPG get better, does it get worse, or does it remain the same? So I'm going to do the exact same journey that I'd done this morning on my way up here, back home on the M1. I'm going to reset the average MPG and see how it performs. On the way up here, I think we averaged around 60 MPG, may have been 61, something like that. So we'll see what we get on the return trip this time. So just done the same stretch of motorway, same journey back home, and MPG is like the exact same, 60.0, sorry, 60.1. So yeah, it doesn't look like it's really affected MPG, to be honest. I mean, when you are having a power increase, I don't think you can really expect an MPG increase, but the fact that we haven't lost MPG is definitely a win, isn't it? So yeah, overall happy. I'm over the moon with this tune that Darkside have came up with, and yeah, it should mean that I have a better driving experience going forward in this car, because it is a daily driver, you know, it's a car that I'm in every day, and you do notice, you know, when you've had a remap, it makes it so much easier to pull away from junctions. So it makes it so much easier to, you know, overtake lorries and things like that. It just makes a massive difference. So yeah, I'm definitely glad that I've had it done. But yeah, hopefully you all have enjoyed this video. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this one up. I know you all would have liked to see you know, how the car now drives after getting it tuned, but yeah, as always, Darkside have definitely delivered. Of course, all of their details will be down in the description box below. Check them out. I don't go to anyone else when it comes to diesel tunings. I'll always use Darkside Developments. Once again, I want to thank you all for watching. Give this video a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you have not already done so, and we'll see you all in that next one.